was set to 350 degrees, yeah? And I'm burning apple wood. Now if you want to just grill these, you can grill these as well on your regular propane grill or your charcoal grill. And whether you put it face side down, cut side down, or you put it skin side down, really doesn't matter, because we're not really trying to char it. All we're trying to do is to somewhat soften it up a bit and give it that smoke flavor. This is the first layer of smoke. This has been on the grill for 1 hour. I just flipped them over just to show you the sort of texture and everything else they have about them, and you can see that sort of sticky. That is all the natural sugars being caramelized in the heat here. We're going to remove them and go inside to make the actual sauce. We've got the peaches all ready, so all we got to do now is work. Well, we're going to have to give that to the rough chop for the food processor. I've got my peppers, lovely Scotch bonnet peppers, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 of them. I don't know if my math's in, but anyhow, we'll try to find no fault. Push that aside. We're gonna break the stems off like so, and we're just gonna hit it a rough chop like so, open them up. We're keeping the seeds and the white membrane around the seed because that is where most of the heat is. This is a pepper sauce, and I'm telling you, Sharika, this is not hot sauce. We are not trying to make hot sauce, we're trying to make pepper sauce. We are from the Caribbean, we make pepper sauce, not hot sauce. But if hot sauce is what you can identify with, yo, play yourself here, Sharika. All I'm gonna do is, as I chop them up, I'm gonna toss them into my food processor here. And the reason for using the food processor is I want this with a bit of a chunky texture. Yeah, we will add some liquid to break it down, but I don't want it smooth or pureed all the way. This is why I'm using my food processor. The reason being, once we put the peaches in here, I want later on when we're eating this pepper sauce to get little chunks, little hints of that grilled smoked peach. Yeah, and you know, earlier there, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, the peaches were on the smoker and they were grilled. Oh, does it ever smell good, boy? The kitchen has a lovely smoky peach smell. If you don't have access to a grill or a smoker, you can put it under your broiler in your oven. And later on, when I give it that second layer of smoke, because I'm saying it's a double smoked peach Scotch bonnet pepper sauce. If you don't have the smoke feature, as I'm going to do in the backyard, on that trigger is something called super smoke. So around 180 degrees, I get to impart a lot of smoke there, and that's how we're going to end it. But if you don't have access to all of that, you can roast it in the oven, roast them in the oven, and then add a couple drops of liquid smoke. I'm not a fan of liquid smoke, plus I have that trigger over there. I ain't name dropping it because I ain't getting paid by trigger, but anyhow, let's be clear. I'm as a pepperologist, so I can handle them. My hands have become accustomed to the oils, that strong pepper oil there. Wear gloves and wash. I will wash my hands thoroughly with soap and water after, but I urge you, I really do urge you to wear gloves in making this. Peppers all chopped up. I'm gonna go in with some mustard powder. We need the juice of half of a lemon, only half, and what that lemon is going to do is brighten things up for us a bit. So I got all that juice in there. If you don't have lemon and you want to use lime, half of a lime will work as well. I'm going to use 2 cloves of garlic, and I'm going to crush the garlic first in my garlic press here because I want the garlic to break down. Chances are if I added the cloves whole, it would be chunky pieces, and I really want it to be a bit more crushed than anything else. We've got some brown sugar, and that is some dark brown sugar. Oh, we've got some more peppers to add in there. We need some sea salt, and that salt is just going to pick things up as well. Just going to move that over. Grab the peaches, and we're just going to hit them just a rough chop like so. In goes the peaches. Oh, do they ever smell good, boy? Wow. Grilled peaches for the win. Maybe I'll give you guys a recipe for making a nice little peach something to add onto your ice cream. Yeah, it is fall here in Canada, and while the peach season is over, we still have quite a bit of lovely peaches. In a previous video I mentioned I live not too far from the peach growing region of Ontario, so this is why you're seeing this recipe. That is just some plain old white vinegar that is just gonna allow us to puree this. Well, we don't want to puree it, as I said. I want it a bit chunky, so what I'm gonna do now is run the food processor, pulse until I get the sort of texture that I'm looking for. Just allow me to show you what's going on. So you notice it's starting to break down. I notice the big chunky pieces. That is what we're looking for. So I'm just gonna work the whoa! Yeah, boy, it's strong, but you can really get that sort of essence of peach coming through, boy. Yeah. And there we go. Just look at that beautiful consistency and color and everything else. This thing just, yo, screaming for me to make some grilled chicken to put this on. Yeah, but we're not done yet. We said double smoke. One level of smoke already went by. So the next level of smoke comes courtesy what I did, or what I'm doing now, is putting it into something that can go into the oven. Not the oven, but the grill outside. Because what I need, and the reason for putting it into something so wide, is because I want maximum amount of coverage. So when the smoke comes there, it gets into contact with quite a bit, well, square footage, I guess. Oh man, is it ever a killer? I had remnants on my finger here. You gotta lick your finger ever so often. So, a second dose of smoke. I'm gonna take this outside now, put it onto the smoker, 180 degrees, super smoke, because I really want to get that second layer of smoke in there for the true double smoke peach Scotch bonnet pepper sauce. So I won't show you guys that part, but when it's all done smoking, I'll bring it back inside and I'll show you, because it means taking the camera out there and Polly and the boy just get on. Oh gosh, the amount of noise. And this is what it looks like 1 hour later on the smoker at 180 degrees. You notice the line there, that means some of the liquid has evaporated, and because of that big surface, quite a bit of smoke has been imparted in there. And you can tell it got a bit thicker than when we first started. So I'm just going to give that a mix. I'm going to allow it to cool down, and then I'm going to put it into sterilized containers. Now if you wanted to keep it on the smoker for longer, you can certainly do so. While I like smoke, I don't like it being overbearing. Now remember what I said, if you wanted to do this indoors, you wanted to roast or grill the peaches in your oven under the broil setting, by all means do that. Add a couple drops of liquid smoke in here for that smokiness, and you know, taste it at this point here, adjust it if you find that it needs just a little bit more salt. It's totally up to you. I'm going to allow it to cool down now. It won't take long. Sup soldiers, listen, if you enjoy this recipe, I'd really appreciate it if you hit subscribe and click that bell notification thing. If you've made the recipe, take a picture and send it to me. Email address down here. I mean, trying to tell people the email address, them butts will take the address and do all kind of thing with it. And tag me on Instagram at Caribbean Pod. I really appreciate you guys, and thanks for being in my kitchen with me today. Irie. Chris here, CaribbeanPod.com. Always a pleasure having you all in the kitchen with me. Double smoked peach Scotch bonnet pepper sauce, not hot sauce. Yeah, if you're comfortable saying hot sauce, yeah, rock the hot sauce, whatever. But anyhow, I do hope you all get the opportunity to give this one, that peach, that smoke, that Scotch bonnet pepper. Yo, it's delightful, man. Best thing to put on your hamburgers, your hot dogs, anywhere you would typically use hot sauce or pepper sauce. Yo, hot wings. Fry up your wings, toss it in some of this here.